Since the beginning of April 2024, heat records have been broken in 128 countries around the world. At the same time in other countries, April records for cold, rainfall, and natural disasters in the last 50 years have been set.
So it's something that people are going to have to adapt to and learn to live with, unfortunately.
Our sincere condolences to all those affected. Kazakhstan is facing the worst floods in 80 years. New Yorkers were shocked by a rare earthquake, hail in the Saudi Arabian desert, and fantastic flooding in Dubai. In this issue, we will try to understand why this is happening today, as well as what the future holds. We will show how it happened around the world. The picture of disasters is frightening and shocking, and we will try to understand the factors that cause such significant damage. What is the cause? Climate weaponry or technology to artificially induce rain, increased activity of the sun, the core of the earth. Give this video a like and watch it to the end. You're on the Wild Wild World channel. On Friday morning, April 5th, tremors from a magnitude 4.8 earthquake occurred on the east coast of the United States. Social media users report that the earthquake was felt from Philadelphia to New York and eastward along the coast to Boston. In New York, skyscrapers and the Statue of Liberty swayed, which frightened citizens who are not used to such phenomena.
Felt it, but almost I was so busy. When the super called me, tell me, David, did you feel it? And then that's what I said, yeah, I felt something.
On April 10th, the city of New Orleans, Louisiana flooded in just a few hours. The rain was so heavy that more than half of the monthly precipitation fell in an hour. The flow of water flooded roads and underpasses. Most schools and office buildings were closed. The National Weather Service called the situation an emergency flood.
Are y'all okay? Everybody's all right? You got everybody accounted for?
At least 2 EF1 category tornadoes swept through Escambia and Santa Rosa counties, Florida. Maximum wind speeds reached 177 kilometers per hour. 2 more confirmed tornadoes struck the cities of Slidell and Lake Charles, Louisiana. Maximum wind speeds reached 185 kilometers. On April 7th, a severe storm hit Bangladesh. The elements raged for only 15 minutes in some areas, but it was enough to wreak total havoc. More than 750 homes were damaged or destroyed, and many neighborhoods were left without electricity. The hail caused damage to agriculture. Tens of thousands of people were affected. The storm in Bangladesh was not predicted in advance. Strong winds blew trucks off a bridge. Several forest fires spread quickly due to the strong winds. Lightning bolts shocked eyewitnesses.
Along this coastal trough as well. By Saturday afternoon and certainly into Saturday evening, the rain will be affecting eastern parts of Victoria.
Abnormal rains hit the eastern coast of Australia on April 5th and 6th. In some regions, the amount of rainfall exceeded the average monthly norm by more than 3 times in just one day. A young couple was miraculously rescued when their house was washed away and crashed into a bridge. The rain was the heaviest in 30 years. The northwest of the capital was ordered to leave their homes. Food, fuel, and relief supplies had to be dropped to victims from a helicopter.
The period that we're living through right now is the warmest that humanity has faced in the last 100,000 years or so.
In just 10 days in April, heat records were broken in 128 countries around the world. At the same time, April cold records were set in Scandinavia. Most of Europe was hotter than usual in midsummer.
I would agree. I think it's definitely the effect of climate change. It is unusual. We have been to Spain at different times, but for April, it is very unusual.
On April 6th, Germany reached temperatures above 30 degrees C for the first time in the country's history. Nearly 25,000 lightning strikes were recorded across northwestern France in just a few hours. During the peak of thunderstorm activity, residents observed 114 lightning discharges per minute. For many, it's pretty obvious that something is wrong with the world. Hundreds of heat records are being broken every month, and the trend is getting worse. Completely abnormal events are occurring all over the planet, and in such numbers they have never been seen before. Hundreds of thousands of people are suffering from climate disasters every week.
That is not a time lapse. That's just how much lightning is happening.
Crazy.
Due to extreme flooding conditions, Dubai International Airport, the world's busiest air hub for international passengers, has been forced to cancel many incoming flights. Against the backdrop of the situation in the desert country, videos of the flooding are circulating on social media. Access roads leading to the airport were also inundated with floodwater. An incredible traffic jam of thousands of cars was formed on the roads of Dubai. Such a traffic jam has never happened before. Due to flooding and heavy rain, roads collapsed and residential neighborhoods were flooded. Residents and guests of Dubai complain online about the impossibility of hailing a cab. Public transportation is struggling to overcome the water flows. Schools across the Emirates have been closed due to the extreme weather conditions.
Our planet cannot be saved unless we leave fossil fuels in the ground where they belong.
The scientific community is inclined to believe that the cause was global warming, which is due to mankind's burning of fossil fuels. The warming in Europe was partly caused by the powerful warm air blowing in from the Sahara, which is also experiencing record heat. It is known that nuclear decay in the Earth's core can generate energy up to 20 terawatts. The study, which was conducted by Chinese scientists from Peking University, showed that between 2009 and 2020, the rotation of the inner core stopped and may have changed direction. The authors of the study point out that the results of their observations coincide with changes in the Earth's magnetic field and in the length of the day. And in 2023, according to their assumptions, the core of the Earth and change the axis of rotation. In connection with this study, it is worth paying attention to the sun. The number of sunspots on the sun has reached a 20-year high and is approaching an explosive peak. Scientists pay special attention to sunspot numbers because it is the easiest way to track changes in solar activity over the course of a roughly 12-year solar cycle. The year 2026 is likely to be the year when the sun renews its cycle and is at its calmest state, known as solar minimum, when there are almost no sunspots. It is not hard to assume that changes in the Earth's core and peak solar activity are just about the main cause of anomalous records. HAARP-type climate weapons are questionable in their ability to affect natural disasters. HAARP radiation power is negligible even compared to a lightning strike. Perhaps there are secret installations, but they are not comparable to the power of the sun in the Earth's core. It is also known that in the UAE cause rain with the help of drones. Cloud seeding is carried out with the use of unmanned aerial vehicles. Drones hit clouds with electric current to provoke precipitation in the form of rain. Experts from the National Center for Meteorology say that seeding can increase rainfall by about 30%. This is in no way comparable to what people all over the planet observed in April. We've mentioned the Earth's core, the sun, thermonuclear decay, and of course we can't leave out the Hadron Collider, which began to be built at the same time as the discovery of the nuclear bomb and thermonuclear reactor. Only here with the bomb reactor is all clear, then with the collider is not all so clear. The launch for a long period of downtime was scheduled for April 8th, the day of the solar eclipse, and at such a high power at which it has never been turned on before. It is known that before this was set a temperature record of 5.5 trillion degrees, which exceeds the temperature of the sun in 100,000 times. Characteristically, the strength of the magnetic field is 8.3 Tesla, which is 100,000 times the magnetic field of the Earth, created by the core. But as the scientific community says, the sun is too far away to be affected in any way by the Hadron Collider, so there's nothing to worry about. Let me know what you think about this. I'd like to hear opinions from different countries and also witnesses of these natural disasters. We'll be sure to share more research in our next videos. Thank you very much for watching, liking, and subscribing.